What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, Anderson, and welcome to today's video. We're out here working on the CLK with M113K swap, and I need to change a vital piece because I was getting a weird cranking issue with no start. So combined with that, on cold starts, it was also running a little bit rough, and then it would smooth itself out, and I feel like this could be contributing to it. It is a cam position sensor. Definitely that's what was causing the crank and no start. I had a code for it and everything, so it's likely just on its way out. I don't know if it's for sure what's causing that rough running until it coughs and warms up, but we're gonna see and need to get it out. Now, key thing with the M113K, it is a lot harder to get to versus the NA motor. I'll show you guys real quick. So here's the engine bay on the C55, and yeah, if you're M112, M113 NA guys, you know it's super easy to get to. It's an E12 bolt, but on the M113K's stock location, it's right behind the coolant hoses. Some people have these like bent up, way out of the way. It depends on their setups, if they're modified, all that stuff. But in my case, they're still in the stock location, and it's literally right back there, tucked in, so it's real hard to get to. But luckily, with the help of this tool right here, same tool that we use to get the power steering pump bolts out of the ML63, this thing is a lifesaver. It's super good. It's a little icon set from Harbor Freight, and highly recommend it. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I also have this one, which I could have tried, but I ended up not needing it because the last few threads, you're gonna need, in my case, I need a 1/4-inch wrench because it's such a tight fit that once I got it started, at least got it loosened with that icon tool, I now have to go from the side and turn it basically slowly to get that bolt out of there without getting the ratchet stuck between the pulleys and that. So I would just take off the belts and take off the pulleys, but those pulleys are kind of a high torque, and if you guys remember, to get my regular serpentine belt off, I have to take off the WiseTech front pulley, and I just don't feel like doing that just to get this thing out. So we're gonna try our best, try to get it out of here without you know, messing up anything else. So let me see if I can get this out of here with the wrench. Alright guys, ended up moving a few things, took out this little 8mm bolt to get these lines out of the way a little bit. They do have a little flexibility, and was able to get in here just enough to get that bolt out of there. So try to extract this thing, put the new one in, put it all back together. Alright guys, so here it is. This is the older style. There's actually an updated part number that you guys will see here in a second. The one that's on here, I don't know if this has an actual part number on it. 0232103037, and there's actually even a different part number that starts with a 272, and then I'll show you guys what the new one looks like and give you the part number for that. Alright, so here's our new one here. I don't know if it has a part number. There we go. 0232103114. What was that one again on here? 103037. So that's actually different than what I was seeing online for these, but this one should work. It's the updated one, but I'll double check online right now just to make sure. But they do have a different style now. You can still find the ones that are like that with the exposed magnet, but most of them are like this now with the encapsulated magnet in the plastic, whatever. Sorry, the light is kind of weird, but there it is. So that's what the updated ones look like. Go ahead, obviously oil up your O-ring right here, and then we'll just pop it in and get it tightened down, plug it in. My plug is definitely a little broken. It's seen better days, but it still slides in and still works. But I definitely want to replace the plug after this as well. So I'll order one of those up so I can swap that out. Should be pretty easy. I think it just pretty much unclips from everything. So we'll try that out in a little bit, but let me get this in there. Alright guys, we're taking a look at my bolt stash. I think I'm going to use this stainless Allen head bolt instead. I'm not going to be able to use a ratchet on it, but I'll be able to use just a regular L Allen, and it'll fit in there, and I'll be able to tighten down. It's not super tight by any means, so I'll do that. It does look like this is an oil passage, so I'm going to put some silicone on this bolt. I wish I had my thread sealant, but I can't find it anywhere. I have some Loctite thread sealant, but I'll just have to use some regular silicone and just kind of scoop it up not too much and get this bolt in there. Once I get it basically all the way hand tight, then I'll be able to fit the Allen in there and get it tight. So let me take care of that real quick. And this thing went in fine. Just wiggle it back and forth, lubricate your O-ring, obviously oil, or I use the electric grease. Just kind of rotate it back and forth until it pops in. You'll feel it pop in, and then line up your bolt hole and it should be good. Alright guys, and actually this tool came in handy again. It was getting hard fitting the Allen there because the top was hitting on the line. So this will do the job. It can rotate, swivel, all types of stuff. So this, such a clutch tool. Harbor Freight for the win again. Alright guys, that is all tightened up. Go ahead and get the harness plugged back in. Put my little 8mm here, my E10 over here for the ground off of the harness that I unplugged, and try to test fire this thing up. Alright guys, that is back on. The only thing left to do is go test fire up the car. Before I do that, I'm actually going to clean off the oil level sensor. Definitely got a little bit of a tiny oil leak going on down there, and the sensor is covered, so I'm hoping that's why we're getting that warning for oil level reading on the dash. And if not, we just need to replace the sensor next time we do an oil change. But let me do that and then we'll go ahead and fire it up. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and clear the code, and then I'll go ahead and try to fire it up. Come MB scanner, just clean off the oil level sensor. It was very oily, so hopefully that is why it was throwing an error message, otherwise we'll just change it out. Alright guys, no code showed up when I just scanned it. I just cycled the key a bunch of times just to get fuel pressure up, so it looks like we're good. We're at 55. It's typically what it will pressurize to without starting it, and then it should pop up to 60. Don't have the wheels on right now. I'm considering, because I gotta wait till the cap spacers get here, but I'm considering just throwing the wheels on for now so I can at least have this thing movable until those things show up. Obviously I don't want to continue to run those spacers, but for the time being, might as well. Let me get it back down on the ground and then we'll fire it up. Alright guys, back on the ground, well at least on the front ramps in the front, and ready to fire this thing up. Let's go ahead, put this back on. I stole this from the C55, by the way. They don't fit perfect on here, but they fit decently. Better than what was on there before, so. Alright guys, let's try it out. Oy! Fingers crossed. What is going on? That's just weird, man. What is the deal? Reserve fuel. That is not right. See, it like clears itself out. That's so weird. I gotta figure out what's going on. And after it clears out, it's fine. Very, very strange. Let's go see fuel pressure. There's no codes right now, and I didn't get the oil level sensor reading, so that's good. Okay, we still got about 62 pounds of fuel pressure, or PSI of fuel pressure. I don't know, maybe it had to get adjusted to the cam sensor. Took a second or something, I don't know. But definitely weird. Yeah, fuel pressure looks good. Definitely feel this breathing. got vacuum pull on the catch can. Alright, I can only keep this thing running so long because it's catless, and my wife has complained of the smell inside the house many times now, so. Alright, well, let's cut it off real quick. Try to fire it back up and see what it does. See if it throws the CAL or not. See, and that's the weird part, guys. It fires right up after it gets warm. So it's something to do with being cold, or it could have just been, I don't know, learning to the new cam position sensor. The only way to test really will be for me to get this thing all the way cold again, try to start up and see if the same thing happens, but definitely weird behavior as of now. Alright guys, well, talking with Josh, it sounds like he recommends just taking it out and driving at this point. It's going to take a little while to work out those kinks for whatever is going on with that cold startup, but I think for the most part we're safe to start at least test driving it. I got other things to work on, so it's not going to be happening in this video, but soon we will take it for, not its maiden voyage because I drove it home, but you know, like a maiden voyage after doing a lot of work that we've done. So yeah, we are I say this every video with this car, but man, we are getting closer and closer, guys, to it being fully dialed in the way I want it. Let me know what you guys think, by the way. I've been trying to pick out some wheel choices. I think I mentioned it in the last video too, Friday's video, but let me know what you guys think. Should I go back down to the 18, like a Motegi that I used to have on the C55? I've also been thinking about like the Mark V Supra wheels because they're 5x112. But let me know what you guys think. These are cool, but I'd rather have something, you know, like a factory wheel or a Flow Forge wheel or something. And I'm not the biggest fan of 19s just because tires are insanely expensive. They look great and they honestly ride fine too. Like, they're totally good, but tires and stuff like that, I just don't want to have the expense of 19s in my life. So that is that, guys. Cam position sensor. The car is definitely ready to rip. I've never had a catless car, so my throat is burning right now. But yeah, this thing is gonna be insane, you guys. I'm already planning at some point, once we get it really dialed in, I've got to do a track battle of these two versus each other, like even just a fun drag strip night. I just think it would be a blast to take them both out, see what that thing can do in a straight line, and definitely see what this thing can do in a straight line. So hope you guys are looking forward to those type of adventures once you get it dialed in. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped you with the cam position sensor if you needed that information, and otherwise stay tuned for more content. Peace.